My name's Ed Adsit, Director of Research and Development at Thunder Mountain Custom. I hear we're going to be building a custom bike for you guys.
Yeah, we picked the Spitfire.
Boy, that's a great choice. You know, this is a new bike for us, and we're really excited about it.
So really, you had to come up with a whole custom frame to go with your design concept for this bike.
We really did, yeah. We started with a clean sheet of paper, as it were, and we had a lot of the design characteristics that we took from our bigger bikes, like the single down tube, and rolled them all into this new Spitfire. This is the engine we use in the Spitfire. It's a 1200cc Harley engine. One thing about this engine, it's a rubber-mounted Harley engine, and that kind of presented some challenges to us because all the other custom bikes we build are rigid mount engines. We had to design a new frame to accommodate the different type of mount. Came up with a drop seat version. What this does is lowers the rider position, so that short people were more comfortable on this bike. We also have a provision on this frame, though, for adding extended forward controls, so taller people can also comfortably ride this bike. With the design characteristics of the frame, the swing arm also had to change, and we use what we call a shotgun style swing arm on this frame, which is two parallel frame tubes, and then of course the rear drivetrain's mounted here. Now we use all stock Harley drivetrain components. The drop seat also presented a challenge for the oil tank. We had to design a custom oil tank so we could get it in the frame.
Well, thanks for taking the time to show us the design behind the Spitfire, Ed. And now I think we're going to go talk to Mike, and he's going to tell us how we can customize it. So we're going to start with the Spitfire, and we want to do the custom chrome upgrade package. And then we were thinking maybe we can put a custom exhaust on it.
One of the other things we can do is the air cleaner. He came out with this great logo, which we can have this cast and colored and go right on the side of the bike with a nice big badge, really showing where this bike came from and what it's all about.
Awesome, and you can certainly do custom paint, right?
Most definitely. The sky's the limit with custom paint. We can do anything from different kinds of colors, different kinds of textures. We can even put in things like faux metal and diamond plate finishes.
Great, well that's why I brought Richard along today. You know, he mocked up some different color designs for the bike, and we figured we could go through them with you and make sure that we're on the right track.
Sounds great.
Cool. Well, what we brought along are some printouts of some designs that we're going with. We want a really cool design, but we also want to incorporate some items from TUFF SHED into some of the components of the bike. On this concept, we did a multicolor paint scheme with two large solid colors divided by a diamond plate racing stripe. And then another concept we have, keeping large bold colors, the 485 red, which is a TUFF SHED red, and then a checkered flag racing stripe dividing those colors.
I like the way you've picked the lines of this paint job. It really flows with the bike. It makes it look like that checkered flag is waving.
And we were thinking we could incorporate this barn shape from our handle into the mirrors and maybe into the handlebar risers.
Definitely. This shape would be a great mirror shape. It's really easy to think about mounting that thing and looking like two little sheds to look into. And definitely when you turn it upside down, that contour would be a great handlebar design.
So where are we going to get these parts manufactured?
We'll make some of these in-house. We have a great fabrication shop back in our research and development department. We can make just about anything there from on the metal side. Then we've got some great suppliers here in town that'll be able to make things like this air cleaner cover. They'll cast it and actually paint in the contour, so it'll be 3D with plenty of color. It'll probably take about 30 days.
Oh, great. I think that'll fit in our timeline. So let's go ahead and get these parts ordered and let's get this bike built.
Sounds great.
Hi, I'm Lance, co-owner of Thunder Mountain Custom Paint. We do all the custom paint for Thunder Mountain Custom Cycles. Welcome to our 12,000 square foot facility. This is our body shop, and right now Nate is prepping this tank for primer. looking for any imperfections and just basic cleaning and prep. After he wipes it down with this cleaner, we'll go ahead and do a little bit of sanding, and after that it will go upstairs for primer. After the parts come up from the body shop, they come into the prime booth. That's where we're at right now. So you can see Gerald right now sanding for sealer. He'll go through this motion a few times. This section right here is wet sanding, final prep, floor base. Lance here is doing final sand with about 400 to 500 grit sandpaper. Prepping, checking for all final last imperfections, and he'll get it ready for Jerry to take into the big paint booth. This is stage 3, this is base coat. You can see Jerry's in there applying base coat. These sets here will all be black base. First they're going to get some wild artwork, and then after that parts will be sanded again. A lot of times there's pinstriping or additional artwork. Then it will get re-cleared after that, and then we'll go to buffing. Our biggest job is to protect the artwork that the artists slave over. We want our finish to be the best. We pay particular attention to our sanding and buffing. Just like your TUFF SHED customers, we want our paint jobs to last a long time, and so we take every step necessary to make that happen. Okay, after base coat, parts come to this section here. So you can see Ron right now is sanding and prepping for artwork. And it looks like a mess, but once he's done with the DA right there, he'll come back in with some wet sandpaper, hand sand it, get it smooth and ready for the artist. We're now in one of our custom airbrush stations. This is Neil. We employ 5 full-time artists at this point. So most of the artists get quite a bit of leeway within a range of certain graphics that we've pre-designed.
My inspiration varies. I mean, you know, it could be movies, it can be comic books. One of the things that I like about this is that it's simplistic, it's got a good flow to it. You know, you got the feel of it being kind of a racy bike, and at the same time it's got that kind of industrial look. You know, I think the diamond plating is actually the thing that really kind of sets it off.
Okay, here you see Joe, he's applying a pinstripe. Pinstripe brings life to most of these designs.
Yeah, I've had stuff in magazines, and I was just in a book called Pinstriping Masters. So yeah, it's very enjoyable to me. And
over in this section, Rick is prepping this fender right here for final buff. And this is our final station. Finished and ready to go. Thunder Mountain's delivery truck will come and receive them, and by noon tomorrow, these parts will be on a motorcycle.
TUFF SHED storage buildings and garages, coast to coast. Call 1-800-BUY-TUFF for the store nearest you, or visit us online at tuffshed.com and register to win your own custom motorcycle.